Hello, welcome to the AVFC STATTO preview show with myself, Dan Bardell, and Dale, the AVFC STATTO from Twitter, joining me to chat through Aston Villa v Fulham and look at all the weird and wonderful stats that we have approaching that game. Apologies, I have not changed the shirts in my background. I've just done a European football podcast, and to be honest, I couldn't be bothered to get up off the chair and change the shirt, so you're stuck with Tammy Abraham, which is a little bit of a Villa feel, and then Jamie Tart from Ted Lasso. Apologies, we're late as well. Dale having some microphone issues. A microphone broke down just as we were about to start, so he's now having to come through just his normal laptop. So apologies if there is any audio issues, but we did test it and it seemed okay. Dale, other than the microphone, how are you?
I'm fine, yeah. Yeah, all good.
Good. Yeah. I will say in the chat, whenever we are late, people aim it at me like it's my fault. And I will say out of everyone, I'm the least likely person to be late out of everyone normally. So
it's the first time it's my fault though.
Yeah, unfair to put my name by it. But let's start then. Let's look at the stats and start with Villa as always, as this is an Aston Villa show. And Aston Villa have won their last 4 Premier League home games by an aggregate score of 9-0. I'm going to test you. What was the last goal Villa conceded at home, Dale?
No.
You don't like that, do you? You don't like that.
I don't like it. It's got to be Arsenal, right?
Yes.
Or Arsenal, one of them two.
Own goal. Oh, no, it wasn't because they scored again. Martinelli. I think that's the last goal we conceded. I don't actually know the answer myself. I thought I'd just throw it at you and see what you did. You see what quiz coming your way, see how you like it, and you didn't like it, but you did get it right. Yeah, on a good run, and obviously, if we continue this on Tuesday to not concede, again, you'd back us to score, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but we're scoring goals at fun now, right? That's unbelievable game. So 9-0 in the last 4. Beat Crystal Palace 1-0, beat Bournemouth 3-0, beat Nottingham Forest 2-0, and then Newcastle 3-0 last time out. The last time Villa won 5 consecutive top flight games at Villa Park was across seasons from May to September 1998. We've never done it within a season. So that's on the record. The last time we did do it in the top flight was in 1983.
Really? Before I was born. Rare.
Same.
Rare that something like that happens. Unfortunately, the second stat that we've got for Villa today isn't a great omen. Could very well have ended up in peak Villa. But following a 4-game... Oh, no, Adam's put the wrong one up, hasn't he? Of course he has. Come on now. Go back to his best. And again, he's put the wrong one up.
I have the right one.
Is that the right one?
Yeah.
I apologise. I was just so expecting to be wrong again. Saying the Fulham image confused me. So Aston Villa have lost just 1 of their last 18 home Premier League games against Fulham. 1-10, drawing 7. This is a good stat, actually. I was getting ahead of myself. Shows all over the place today. Can I have that up again, Adam? I've completely forgotten what it was. I just read it out and then completely forgot what it was. Aston Villa have lost just 1 of their last 18 home Premier League games against Fulham.
No, just league, not Premier League.
League, just league. I mean, away we're terrible at Craven Cottage. I can't remember the loss. I'm trying to think. Was that something you were going to ask me?
It was, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the loss at home to Fulham.
You might struggle here. So we got a pretty good record against Fulham at home, obviously. Won our last 3. 2 in the Championship, and then 1 2 seasons ago in lockdown.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Our only loss at home to them coming 2014 in April with goals.
Oh, I do remember it. Kieran Richardson scored, didn't he?
Kieran Richardson scored.
The banger.
Can you guess the other Fulham goal scorer from the day?
I remember Matt Loughton making an unbelievable clearance off the line. That's what I remember. James D is asking us to turn Statto's mic up. Statto doesn't have a mic, James. Absolute stinker. We've had just as we're about to come on with his microphone breaking, but he's moved closer to the screen now. I've got a feeling it was an own goal.
It wasn't.
No. Did they score an own goal for us?
No.
Okay. Give me a couple of seconds. I remember Kieran Richardson because he absolutely belted one in, then he never really did anything for us the following season when he joined.
Yeah.
Who would it have been? I'll just have and this isn't going to be right, but I genuinely can't remember. Is it Clint Dempsey?
Hugo Rodallega.
I'd have never got that. But to be fair, he scored a few goals at Villa Park. Scored an absolute howitzer.
Yeah.
Wigan on the opening day of the 2009-2010 season against us.
Who scored the Villa goal?
Who scored the Villa goal? Grant Holt.
Boom.
Bang. Good header from Grant Holt at the back stick. Those were the days.
Yeah.
Scoring every week. Grant Holt scoring in front of the whole end. That's what we want to see as Villa fans. Yeah, I remember that game actually because we got back to 1-1. We had loads of injuries that day. Ryan Bertrand played midfield, if my memory serves me correct. Right. And then Lawson made an unbelievable clearance off the line, one of the best clearances I've ever seen. And then literally 2 minutes later, Kieran Richardson just absolutely smashed one in, and we ended up losing 2-1. At that point, we were in very real danger of going down. We were in a little bit of trouble after that defeat because Fulham were near the bottom. But yeah, Grant Holt, number 29. Those were the days, weren't they?
Yeah, so only Premier League lost to them.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised at that. I remember a draw as well. Kyle Walker scoring from about 35 yards in front of the whole end, of 2-2 draw. I think that was interesting. Let's look then at Fulham, the visitors to Villa Park on Tuesday. And following a 4-game losing run, Fulham have beaten Everton 3-1 and Leeds 2-1 in the last 2 Premier League games. Yeah, that Everton win, I've got to say, at Goodison, that took me by surprise. They're obviously missing Mitrovic at the moment. He's a huge loss for them, but they have picked up a couple of positive results, and they're ahead of Brentford again now, back in around 9th, are they? Fulham, they're starting to head in the right direction again. They went Deco-Dover-Reed up front in the last game. You know, Mitrovic out. I feel sorry for that Carlos Vinicius because, you know, it's Harry Kane's back up for one season at Spurs and never got a game even when Harry Kane was injured. And now Mitrovic is out. You still can't get a game. So they've gone Deco-Dover-Reed up front, maybe a little bit more mobile and trying to go a little bit of a different route, which I think kind of suits them. Harry Wilson's come back into the team in recent weeks as well. But 2 positive results for Fulham against teams at the bottom. But for them, Villa away will be a very different test.
Yeah, I was watching the Leeds game the other week, and I tweeted that Fulham looked toothless up front, and then Harry Wilson scored a screamer straight after, which is always the way. But yeah, they won a pretty nice run, Fulham. But I guess you would expect them to beat Everton and Leeds, I guess, based on the league position this year. They've not won 3 in a row while scoring more than once as each time since October and November 2001 in the Premier League.
Okay.
So they're not known for going on massive runs. Usually they're a relegation dogfight, but they're not this season.
Must be rare as well, just going back to the previous stat, that we're really bad at Craven Cottage. I didn't realise how bad they were at Villa Park, so really flip it on its head. Their away form against us is really poor. Our away form against them is really poor. I can't remember coming up against anyone else where it's like that, because I love going, but I dread Craven Cottage because I just know we're gonna lose. We normally do, although we did win in the lockdown season when nobody could go. But it's
maybe Newcastle is one of them. Maybe Newcastle is one of them. Like, we're good at home against Newcastle, but we're
okay. Maybe there's a couple of them, but yeah, this is a very different test for this Fulham side. They won't relish coming to Villa in current form. A little bit like us when we went there early on in the season. You could kind of predict what was going to happen. You'd predict that we'd lose that game, but a chance for us to get revenge this time round. Adam, what's next? What are you wheeling up for us next? There we go. Fulham have won 6 Premier League away games this season, including a 3-1 victory at Everton last time out. So 6 away wins. That's pretty good, isn't it? I imagine that puts them relatively high in the away league table.
Well, it's their joint highest number of away wins in a single Premier League season.
Is it?
Which is good. It's actually the joint highest in a top flight campaign since 1962-1963.
Okay.
And I guess for a team that was tipped to go down in the summer, they've done an amazing job this season, and Marco Silva deserves a lot of credit.
He's a good manager, Marco Silva. He actually did a good job at Everton as well. And, you know, they soon fell down when he left. The Everton fans were complaining about where they were when he was in charge. But you look back at it, he was doing a decent job there. And I think he got the club. I think wherever Marco Silva's at, he kind of galvanises himself and gets himself involved in you know, that area and puts a lot of effort in. So I think he's a good manager, Marco Silva. And they've punched above their weight, bought sensibly. Paulinho has been one of the best players in the Premier League this season. Sensational signing to pick him up. And, you know, he's been really, really good, and just smart recruitment in general. Pereira as well. I'd have never had him down doing the things that he's done in the Premier League this season from watching him at a mishmash of a Manchester United side. But he's coming to Fulham. Done well. Willian on a free as well. Tormented us at Craven Cottage. He should no right to be doing as well as he's done. They seem to have signed the Chelsea's Willian. I don't know which Willian it was that Arsenal pulled in, but it certainly wasn't the one that's playing for Fulham at the moment. So they've bought well, they've done well. They're having a really good season. Sat in ninth, and they're starting to trend again in the right direction ahead of the game at Villa Park. Let's finish with the peak Villa stat then. Aston Villa are winless in their last 9 midweek Premier League fixtures at Villa Park, drawing 5 and losing 4. That took me by surprise. Midweek, so it must have been a long time ago since we had a midweek win.
Yeah, it was. It was July 2020. It was
July 2020.
It was a Trezeguet goal against Arsenal that basically kept us up.
That was the last time we won a midweek game at Villa Park.
Yep. So
that's atrocious.
Yeah, since then we've drawn to Burnley, lost to West Ham, lost to Man City, drew to Everton, lost to Man City again, drew to Leeds, lost to Liverpool, and then drawn the last 2 to Burnley and Wolves.
Oh my days, that's a horrific stat.
Yeah,
that is terrible. I mean, bearing in mind that was lockdown as well. So when was the last time the fans saw a midweek win at Villa Park in the league?
Yeah, that's a question you're asking me now. Oh, in fact, I can tell you that.
Watford.
Yeah.
Go.
There you go.
That was the last time we won a midweek league game at Villa Park. Are you sure your records are correct, Statter?
In January 2020.
We have not, in front of fans, that was the last time Villa fans saw a midweek win.
Louise and Tyrone Mings, January 21, 2020. Yeah.
That is big.
Yeah.
But David Starr says, mind you, Emery is the man to break the spell. He's absolutely correct, because, we've come up with loads of stuff on this show that we haven't done, and then Emery just does it. So he's completely right there. That's the most I've been blown away by something since we started doing these shows. How?
Well, here's another one for you.
Go on then.
As a Fulham are one of 2 Premier League teams this season to have won all of their midweek Premier League fixtures this season, winning 4 of 4. Only Man City have won more, winning 5 of 5.
That's not a good omen either.
It's not a good omen.
Wow.
But like I said, the curse breaker, Emery. Yeah.
I will also say I remember I missed that Watford game. So God knows when the last time I saw us win a weekday at Villa Park.
What to tell you?
Was it the Friday against Everton?
No, we beat Norwich. Beat Norwich 1-0 at home.
Is that Boxing? That was Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
Yeah, no one ever knows what day it is on That was the last time I saw Villa win a midweek Premier League game. Wow.
Yeah.
That is sensational in not a good way.
Nope.
Wow.
It's bad, isn't it?
Have you tweeted that today? You've been saving it?
I was saving it for after the show. Give you the exclusive and all that.
It's an exclusive. I can see in the comments a lot of people are genuinely shocked by that. David Stiles was feeling positive until 5 minutes ago. Dan M, oh God. Richo63, evening guys, Everton fan. Evening, Richo. Absolutely no idea why you've come onto our channel to watch this, but thank you very much for coming on. What else have we got? Mike Warmbold says what a match that Watford win was. Sharpie's going to be at Hales Owen, so he's missing the game. Kirpal Singh must have just logged in just as we were letting everyone know about that horrific stat. What a stat! He just logged on. Ease me in. You've surpassed yourself there. That is the most I've had my mind blown on a stat show since we started doing them. Absolutely incredible.
It's bad.
I look forward to the reaction on Twitter when you tweet that. People say, stop being so negative, Dale.
It's changed, actually. It's changed. Normally they go, oh, you're so negative. That's terrible. Don't post this.
Now you're so positive.
No, now it's like, I find Emery's in charge now.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Adam Cottrell may have had your pants down a little bit here. I'm not sure. Are you counting Fridays because it's midweek? I see.
Midweek is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Okay, because he was saying we beat Southampton on a Friday this season.
Yeah.
I knew you'd have taken that into account.
Yeah,
I knew you'd have taken that into account.
Yeah,
there you go. Unlucky though. Good effort. Excellent effort trying to catch him out, Adam Cottrell. Better luck next time. That does us for the AVFC STATTO show this week. So thanks to everyone who has tuned in live, and thanks to those that will go on and watch the video and listen to it on wherever they get their podcast as well. Thanks to Dale for joining me. He needs to get himself on Amazon now and get himself a new mic because he'll have his watch along tomorrow, I suspect. Yeah, apologies we were late. Apologies for me not changing the shirts in the background. Bit of a cobbled together show in the end. Everything seemed to go a little bit wrong, but we got there in the end. Thanks to Adam for producing from his car, which I cannot believe we've actually got on air with Adam producing from his car again. Absolutely sensational. Richo63 likes watching other fan channels. Thank you very much, Richo, for choosing ours on this occasion. Be back with a post-match pint at some point. I really should be doing a proper match preview as well, but I've absolutely no idea where that's gonna fit in. Too tight a turnaround this time round. So if I can do one, I'll do one tomorrow. Yeah, post-match point though will be after the game, although it will have to be the next day because coming back from the game and it'll be too late, and we'll have to throw in an 1874 with Greg as well. This is some real fixture congestion here, some video congestion. Thanks ever so much for joining. Have a good rest of the evening, and up the Villa.
Up the Villa.